Yesterday is 225.48. So basically, you need to just kind of adjust your levels down $1. So if we look at this from yesterday, we had a really nice bounce. We got back up to, tried to short this area here. We did pull back. Here's the first wick. So shorted 227, above 227, but basically last print was here at 40 cents. Came back down to 227, covered some, put a stop above the half. Got stopped at, we went up to about 75 cents, which was pretty much all the way back to where the down, almost where the down move started from here after the Fed. But then after coming back in and holding below the half, eventually sellers took control here at 130 with a 75-cent down move. We held the 226.50 and then kind of came back up to this level where we had failed the prior Fed afternoon, which was right here. So 227 is a big level. So let's make that's 226 now where we are right now, and we're up 50 cents equivalent. That's going to be the level today. Can we hold above that? If we can, it brings back into those resistance areas from the last few days. If we see us below 225.80, then I would start to think of some downside at 225. So over the next few days, as the kind of SPY prices reset, again, should be back to normal by the end of next week. IWM did not pay a dividend. That's gapping higher. Game plan yesterday was to buy around this 135 area or flush through the prior day's low. 135. We ticked up. First move took us right back up to the 136.5 area. Second leg took us back up to 137 before pulling us back in at the end of the day, similar to the SPY. We started to drift up in the after hours yesterday. That's where we are right now. What we're looking at really is, let's say 136.70 or 137 resistance, 136 to 135.80 support. All right, a few things. There's actually a lot of news today. I actually cut some stuff out. First one is Adobe. Adobe, the numbers were okay. I was hoping that it would just be up a lot more on just okay numbers. That would be a really good. We're short on the short, kind of like what we saw at CRM last month. But I started to figure out that the numbers weren't that impressive and the stock has run up a lot. So it was more than just enough. So the after hours action was wild. It went up, and they figured out, wait, the numbers weren't that good, and then so they hit it for $5, and it bounced right back up to 107. That's where we are this morning. So 107, 108 are resistant. 107 from the after hours, 108 on the longer term chart. Want to see if it fails at either one of these prices. Would be more convinced of a larger trade if it actually came in was holding below 105.
Yeah. Same idea with dry sub in my focus this morning. I don't see anything else that I really love. As far as the earnings go, I don't really have
we'll start the day by trading this area here.
Direction or draw to anything. Adobe or
so Oracle I only put on here because it's very liquid and anyone can trade it. I didn't really see much there. When I saw the initial numbers, thought that it could pull back down into the score area where it is right now.
Some clear sign to put on.
39.70, so it's here already. Below that, there really isn't much until 39. I guess the way we look at this is, does it pop a little bit right on the open? Does it fail here at 40? If it does, Maybe it takes out that 39.70 support, that should move all the way down to below 39s. Starts to hold above 40, that's a little bit different. HCMP. I feel like we talk about this damn stock all the time. So it gapped down recently. We talked about it. It had this 15.5 support. It took it out, closed below it, came back up the next day, actually hopped up into it, and then came off another dollar or so. We're gapping above this area, pretty much gapping above this high from the day of the gap down. The big issue here was they have a couple of drugs that Express Scripts had on their exclusion list, which is a big deal, and now they're not on their exclusion list, so it could have a large impact on revenue. So if this sector wasn't just so heated right now, you would think that that sort of news could get it to go all the way back up to $18, $19. But again, this is the leader of the pack in the sector, VRX, which did actually bounce a little bit yesterday off of $13. Still keeps on making multi-year lows. So that's kind of the headwinds you're faced with. Now, having said that, at some point, some of these companies are better than others. ET. Why can I not remember this ticker? ENDP. So this is another one. So this one bottomed at 14, went up to 18. They're all like teenagers now. But at some point, people will put some money to work in here. I'm not sure what the catalyst is going to be, but when that happens, there'll be like a longer-term position trade. But for now, we'll try to just trade off the catalysts. In terms of the levels, 15 is the real support level. Perhaps maybe there's some people who bid a little bit higher if it starts selling off. Starts consolidating anywhere above 16, say above 16.20, then I'll look to capture a leg higher to 17, just because of the way the sector is now, even with the strength in the news. I'll be skeptical on a larger move, but if the price action says it's strong, it says it's strong. And then AGIO, one of their drugs had to be pulled back from development. This one had been hammered already recently from 56, and then it bottomed here in this 46 area. And so what you have here is a situation where some bad news, some people started to buy, and then some more people started to buy, it bounced, and now all these people who bought for the last week are caught. Question is, where would it bounce to where they feel like it's a good idea to get out? It's probably somewhere it's 48.50. I mean, basically, this day here, above 48, everyone started buying. So everyone's in from above 48. So that's kind of where I put that, 48 and 49. So it bounces to here. You could get some of these people who are getting long start to sell, and then that can cause the the rollover again back down to this 46 support area. It's only traded 60,000 shares, normally does 90. We could be looking at 3.5 to 5 million shares today. Could be pretty good. It's down $9 right now, which creates, when stocks are down that much, especially at lower price stock, it's down 16%. It creates some pretty large wicks right on the open. But once it settles in, it's probably going to be a good technical play, or a quick pop to this area here where I think people will be incentivized to sell. Could be a nice quick fade on the open as well. PIR was very strong yesterday, had a blow-off top above $9 while I was not on the desk, which led to a pretty nice size down move. It would not let EAT75 drop. It took out the high. You can see it got above 9, came back down below, then got below the high. And once it took out, I guess once it took out this 875, or maybe the person who was bidding there caused this volume spike because they were bidding for so much. If they took them out, Came back to the morning breakout area of 8.5. And it never could hold below 8.5. In the morning yesterday, 8:30 was the kind of the level. You know, it's interesting. Right on the open, it popped to like 8:17 and failed, and came back down quickly below 8. So that got me to think, oh, it's going to fail. But then in the next 5-minute bar, it actually made a new high. So and then over here, little wiki. It's just late prints. Oh shit. Yeah, we're going down. Okay. So 850 is the level to watch on this one. On the open, it quickly spikes back up into the 75-80 cent area. I'd watch to see if it gets sold there. G4, they just priced a secondary at 2150, which is not good. You can see yesterday it bounced from long-term support, 23 to 2450. This one actually also had a little bit of a wick blow off on the top. Took out the high, quick wick. You look for this pattern both on bottoms and tops when you have wicks, where a low will get taken out of wick on the bottom, it holds above, and then boom, you trend. Takes out the resistance, wick closes back down below, begins a new trend, reversal trend. So 2150 is a secondary price. Look to buy it. Man, we're gonna have to price the secondary down to 21.5. It's pretty bad. People are basically demanding a large discount to where it was trading to cover any risk. So we'll see. AKAO, just wanted to point out they did their secondary at 1350, which is kind of the opposite. Has a huge run up. The fact that they were able to price it all the way here at 1350 is impressive. Didn't really move much 2 days ago than yesterday. It consolidated. It's being sold a little bit lower and lower, so it does seem like it's set up to maybe test that secondary area. But regardless, there should be a break outside of this consolidation area in the next couple of days, and we want to create a break of that consolidation. So that's it. As always, be patient and good luck.
Hope you enjoyed that video. You can actually watch that video if you're subscribed to our Trader 90 before the market even opens. What stocks are in play? What levels in those stocks are important? And how we might go about attacking that stock. That's Steve Spencer, 20-year veteran trader, laying it out there every morning before the market even opens. A really, really powerful tool to start your session off on the right foot. So right now we're offering a trial that you can take advantage of to access this meeting and other meetings throughout the day. We have a meeting at 11 a.m. Eastern where you can sit down with Mike Bellafiore and listen to him talk about what's going on during the morning session, what stocks were in play, what the best trade opportunities were, as well as maybe some things that we're looking at heading into the afternoon session. So I really encourage you to take advantage of that trial.